YouTube is streaming the first 19 James Bond movies for free. Some Cadillac dealers would rather leave the brand than sell EVs. And the creators of HBO Max might roll out 2 more streaming services. This is your Daily Tech Briefing, the morning edition. It's Monday, December 7th. From Engadget, I'm Bureau Chief Matt Smith. If you're starting to run out of streaming content, you finished Mandalorian already, YouTube and MGM are offering the first 19 James Bond movies through YouTube's free-to-watch section in the US. That includes everything starring the late Sean Connery, such as Dr. No and Goldfinger, through to Pierce Brosnan's Bond stint with titles like GoldenEye. Sony's Daniel Craig-era movies are unavailable, obviously, although you can watch Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace on Netflix. It should at least be enough to tide you over as we all wait for the latest James Bond movie, No Time to Die. A report from the Wall Street Journal claims that roughly 150 GM dealerships in the US have decided to drop the Cadillac brand and accept a buyout ranging from $300,000 to over $1 million. That's rather than spend about $200,000 to upgrade dealerships with charging stations and other equipment needed to sell electric vehicles. Many of these dealerships only sell a few Cadillacs per month compared to the Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC models. As brands like GM are heavily dependent on dealerships, they have to please owners here to have a chance of strong sales, and that's difficult when they're not certain about demand, even without the pandemic. Warner Media might not be content to pin most of its streaming hopes on HBO Max. Sources at The Information claim Warner Media is musing on 2 more streaming services, which isn't usually how streaming works. Surely you can just add further content to the same service, right? Anyhow, according to the rumors, one would be a paid CNN service launching next year that might ditch the usual 24-hour news in favor of deep dive originals and international content. The other potential service would be a free ad-supported offering with entertainment from cable channels like TBS and TNT. This wouldn't appear until 2022 or later. And that is your Monday morning tech briefing. Catch up on all the full stories, reviews, and more at Engadget.com. And if you like what you're hearing, subscribe to our tech briefings wherever you get your podcasts, or ask your smart speaker about the latest news from Engadget. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Matt, for keeping tabs on our daily news. If you want a longer discussion about some big weekly topics, check out the Engadget podcast with me, Senior Editor Devendra Hardawar, and our reviews editor, Sherlyn Lowe.
Yeah, you can get us on basically anything that gets podcasts, including Spotify. Just search for the Engadget podcast.